Alright guys, it's your boy Rodney back with another Dokkan battle video. It is not a gameplay video this time though. Today, as you can see, we are doing a tier list. I have just been wanting to do this for a minute and I am just hyper lazy, didn't want to do it. But I have gotten the motivation, so here we are. As you can see, this is the most anticipated EZAs that I want. 1 through 10, top 10 EZAs that I want, followed by some EZAs that I think that are going to happen this year. And then some honorable mentions that I want, but you know, I could go on without, right? So we're going to start at the bottom. Honorable mentions, obviously, going all the way up to the top. But starting at the number one spot for honorable mentions, I have been using him a lot more ever since the Piccolo Jr. came out, the new Dokkan Fest. And I've decided that this Piccolo is very good. He does essentially everything that I need him to do as long as he gets his damage reduction, like he gets enough key orbs for it. If he can get all of his key orbs, man, this guy is cooking. He's reducing damage. He's doing okay damage for a free-to-play LR. But if he gets his EZA, or whenever he gets his EZA, he's just going to be nasty. Another one is this AGL Gohan. He kind of still fulfills the role that he's in. Like, he tanks after a certain amount of time. He is a stacking unit. His EZA is still one of the better one of the better active skills in the game. I don't know what I just said. His active skill is one of the better active unit skills in the game, as he heals you, grants the entire team additional defense, as well as guarding, gives himself guard. It's just nasty, and he can come in clutch whenever you need him to. But that's really not too much to say about him. The other one is this STR UI Goku, the Global First. I do anticipate him EZAing not this year, but next year. I think he'll EZA, if they're going to continue the trend that they've done with that they started with the year 5 LRs. Next year, they should do the year 6 LRs, which is the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and the AGL UI Goku. And what better unit? AGL UI Goku is essentially already an EZA version of this one. But now that we can see what they're willing to kind of do a little bit of wiggle room with on these units, we could see him EZAing with that the Dokkan Fest UI Goku, and they could just make him just disgusting nasty. And that would be a buff to Kaioken Blue Goku that here on Global we get in a couple of months. And then just making that team just ultra viable. That'd be disgusting. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and see what else we're at. So honorable mentions. I feel like we do need... Or not honorable mentions. Easy, I think this year are the Heroes units. I'm just going to put them all at the same time, because I do believe these guys are all going to EZA this year. This Vegito has been out for a minute. He was very good when he came out, and he just kind of, without consistent support, just kind of floundered. This this Goku, the physical Goku, is just one of the greatest units. Being a support unit for the Goku family is just nasty. I do use the Goku family a lot more than any Vegeta family units, which is why I don't have the Vegeta support, Xeno Vegeta on here. But he could also go on the EZAs, I think, this year. Same with the Bardock. I don't use Bardock, the Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, just because, don't really care about crit. But this Gohan, he got his Dokkan Awakening last year, which is why I think he'll get his EZA this year. And he's already a beast. He's got the 50% damage reduction. He has some fairly high defense for an SS, or when he was an SSR, he had really high defense. As a TUR, he still has some pretty solid defense. He's sealing. He give him some additionals. I think he's raising his defense. I haven't used him in a while, but he came to my mind, and I think he's EZAing this year. So moving into the top 10, there are some units on here that you can see, I believe, are very similar. So I would be grouping up to 2 per slot. And starting in at number 10 are some units that I think aren't too bad where they're at right now. They're in a super solid, or not like a super solid position, but they're in a good position. They're still good. They do what they need to do. And those are the Super Saiyan Gokus and Gohans. So I think they aren't going to EZA this year or even next year. Maybe the STR one, but not the LR. But for what they do, they just need a slot 1 unit. But with the STR Goku, I do believe he's just still a super solid unit. After he supers, he gets that dodge chance. The Tech 1 does have the build up on key sphere obtained, and then the STR 1 when he transforms into Gohan. He's still a pretty solid unit, but he does have has to be hit mechanic in order to kind of build up. So if they are able to just rectify that, get it a little bit more, I don't know, consistent, maybe have it just don't be build up. Like as soon as he transforms, he has permanent guard, and then he builds up his attack and defense on hit only. That'd be phenomenal, because the 3 turns, you have to get 6 hits in 2 turns, essentially. The 2 rotations that you have him on is very difficult, especially in some of these different contents that don't have like everything targeted towards one spot specifically. Is kind of very difficult to hit. This next one, yeah, we'll put him here, is this support Gohan. He is still a very good unit. The only thing is he doesn't have defense. He needs more than just his 58% damage reduction in order to be a more viable unit, but he's supporting, he has good damage reduction, he was very good in all of the Super Battle Road stages, he is a hybrid Saiyan and Goku family unit. He's Super Saiyan, so he has all of the makings to be just a phenomenal unit. He just doesn't have the defense to support being anywhere. So if he gets his EZA, he'll be a top tier unit in my opinion. This next one, I'm gonna group together again. They aren't too bad of a spot right now. They do struggle. They most definitely do struggle. One more than the other. I'll let you decide which one. But it is the worldwide download Vegito and the Gogeta fusing unit. These two are essentially the same unit, which is why I have to group them together. One is just HP has to be above a certain percent, and then the other is HP below a certain percent. I do want the Gogeta to EZA first, or just EZA at the same time and have the Gogeta be better. I believe this is the only circumstance in the game where a Gogeta and a Vegito unit are very comparable to each other, but the Gogeta is the better overall unit. Like the Year 5 LRs that just EZA, Vegito's clearly better. The Year 3 EZAs, Vegito's clearly better when he comes out over Gogeta, and it's just not even fair. Yeah, so it's really just they're just old. They just need to be updated, get with the times, pick up the program. The other one that I believe needs an EZA, I want to put these two. It would be this Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I was changing up my mind on the fly, but I believe it'd be this Super Saiyan 3 Goku, just because he is the oldest LR. He's the oldest LR that doesn't have a EZA. And he's still doing ridiculous numbers right now, but his defense is abysmal. He just gets ass blasted by literally anything that touches him if he does his 18 key super attack. Even if he doesn't, he does his 12 to 17 key super attack, he's still just getting booty bopped over and over again, and he's a heavy liability. He can still hit some good numbers for attack, but that doesn't matter unless he's dealing the finishing blow, because he will die to any difficult content in the game at this point, and it's not even close. He gets to like 180k defense, and that's unacceptable. This next one here are going to be two that aren't like completely similar but close enough. We have the Rose units, the Goku Black units. These two are very similar to me in the fact of they're both kind of, they need each other. They need each other to have good links, get the support and everything that they need, and just be at like the top of their game. And they both just have kind of fell flat. Like the AGL Rose, when he EZA'd, he was solid, but he paled in comparison to the Vegito Blue. And then the STR Rose has paled in comparison to the Tech Vegito Blue. And this, it's just tough. If they make these guys really top tier units, the Goku Black and Zamasu unit would just be exponentially better. Zamasu would be exponentially better. The AGL Rose, even though he's not like the best top tier, he does build up defense, and he does get defense on super. Mixed with the links that they share, the leader skill that they could share, he could get some pretty solid defense. So he could be fairly valuable with the support as well. So if these two get their EZA, they just boost the entire team up just exponentially, and that's crazy. These next ones, one is a very new unit. It's very good, but with other units that have just come out, it kind of makes him a little bit less relevant, but still very good. And then the other one has just kind of faded into obscurity because of the first one, and those are the Super Saiyan Gokus. I believe that since the release of the GT Duo Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and GT Goku, as well as the most recent 23rd World Tournament Goku that just came out, it makes his viability just go down exponentially. And I learned this just a little bit ago after playing one of the Red Zone contents, that even if Goku's the one that dies and his revive is up, if you have the standby of the 23rd World Tournament Goku on that same rotation, it will prioritize the Goku. So even if the Super Saiyan Goku dies, the World Tournament Goku is the one that activates his revival, so that just kind of leaves this Super Saiyan Carnival Goku out to dry, and it just kind of like ruins his viability on the team. Kind of same thing with this Int Goku. Because he is the same name as the Tech Goku, he doesn't really fit on teams because you would rather run this Tech one. He does have some good utility though, especially against Friezas. I do believe we're going to get a legendary Frieza event eventually. But if we do get a legendary Frieza event, he is going to be very good. He's going to tear it up, destroy it, kill it, all of that good stuff. Turn Frieza into just a wet noodle. Just bend him over, jump rope with him. It's crazy. But really not much to say about these. These next ones coming up, there's not really much to say about them, other than it's about that time. So moving into the number 4 spot, we're going to put the GT duos, or the GT units, from, I believe it was Saiyan Day a couple years ago. I believe this is where the game kind of like started taking off in power creep, was these two units, because what they were doing, the key changing, the just disgusting amounts of attack and defense that they can get, their active skill, which you never see. Like this Goku is still hitting consistent 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 million attack stats. If you build him full crit or full additional, he can do that twice. Build him full crit, he's critting on a 11 million attack stat. It's ridiculous. This Vegeta, not nearly as much damage, still hitting like 5-6 million right now, full link level 10 rainbow, but his defense is exponentially better than the Goku's. So really what they can do is just kind of like fuse their passives, just up the amount that their percentages for getting key spheres is, and then give Goku defense on attack and on orb obtained. Yeah, that's the word. And then for Vegeta, give him attack on orb obtained, and then defense, more attack and all of that. Like make him a little bit more offensive, but keep the heavy defense aspect on that. The next one here was a tough one, but it's the Broly. Broly's in the game have not gotten too much love. They come out and they're some of the strongest units of the time. LR Broly, best world tournament unit by far for a while. The movie Broly with the Gogeta celebration back in 2018. The Dragon Ball Super Broly movie was, he was one of the best units of all time. Not of all time, but he was just super solid when he came out. Same with the Wrath Broly that EZA'd instantaneously, although that kind of killed him. He was still super hype, very good. And then when he gets his transformation, he's just gonna, whatever's in front of you is gonna get eviscerated. He's gonna cook them. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter how much health that they have, they're dying. It's game over. And when he gets his EZA, he does link with the other Brolys fairly well, and some other Saiyans. He's just gonna cook them. He's cooking them, chefing them up. These next two, I'm gonna put these ones in honorable mention. This Tech Gohan, he can very easily fall under the Int Gohan problem, where if they just give him defense per key sphere obtained, That's it. That's a wrap, and that's all he has. And then He'll fail. I don't think they do that again, but they like to do Teen Gohan's dirty. And then this support Trunks. Once he gets his EZA, the hybrid team will be a little bit more consistent, especially if the AGL Gohan gets his EZA and then these last two. I'm gonna go ahead and get Tech Gohan at number 2. He's too hype. He does everything that you need him to do for surviving. Greatly stacking defense, guarding, raising attack. He has a transformation that still guards. Like he's just the defensive juggernaut. He doesn't do the ridiculous amounts of damage that he could, but with an EZA, I guarantee they're gonna just give him more damage and then keep his greatly stacking and just not even touch that. With his stat increase, it's just going to be ridiculous. Maybe they'll give him a little bit more, who knows? But it's nasty. He's a nasty boy. But number 1, the GOATs, my favorite unit of all time is the Gohan and Goten. This unit, when it came out, was hated by one particular person for no reason. He didn't know what he was talking. This is before he got some sense. Y'all know I'm talking about the true DT. But when this unit came out, the animation's supreme. I like the splash art. The splash art, I don't know if anyone remembers, it was a lot darker than it is now. It was more of like a grayscale color, and that thing looked crazy. The attack, he was the highest damaging unit for a minute if you had him paired to that movie Gohan. He was hitting triple like 7 million attack stats. He was just disgusting crazy. And really they don't need much other than better key building in their passive. They already build key per turn. Their links don't have any links in it, or they don't have any key in their links. So if they get more key on their passive, oh brother, these people might like make it 2 key per turn, 3, even 3 key per turn. I wouldn't even say is bad because of the lack of key links. I think there's 1 key link that's key plus 1. Whoop-de-doo. But really that was it. Please let me know what you think down in the comments. But this has been your boy Rodney. I am out. Peace.